हेलो पिला माने मो चैनल को समस्त को वेलकम। आज आम डिस्कसन करवा दशम श्रेणी पिलांकर इंग्लिश बहिर एट द हाई स्कूल चैप्टर सब क्वेश्चन एंड तार आंसर। तो लेट न करके स्टार्ट करवा। जदि वीडियो गुड़िक हेल्पफुल हो तो सांग मान सहित निश्चय शेयर कर। देखा फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन कौन कही देख। एक नंबर, व्हाट इज ए बायोग्राफी? व्हाट इज एन ऑटोबायोग्राफी? बायोग्राफी कौन आउ ऑटोबायोग्राफी कौन? आंसर देखो, a biography is the life history of a person, and autobiography is the life history of a person written by himself or herself. ठीक अच्छे। 2 नंबर कौन कही देखो, is this lesson a biography or an autobiography? Support your answer with reasons. Answer देखो, this lesson is an autobiography. The reason for it being an autobiography is that it begins with first person pronoun I, standing for the writer Mahatma Gandhi. Also the use of my, Gandhiji's, proves it to be an autobiography. ठीक है। 3 नंबर कौन कही देखो, was Gandhi good at studies? How will you support your answer? Answer देखो, yes, Gandhi was good at studies. I will support by saying so. With the expression mentioned, I wasn't regarded as a fool at the high school. I always enjoyed the affection of my teachers, and I never had a bad certificate. I even won prizes, etc. তারপরে 4 নম্বর, did his teacher like him? Answer, yes, his teachers liked him. 5 নম্বর দেখো, what sorts of certificates were sent to his parents? Answer, certificates of progress and character were sent to his parents every year. 6 নম্বর দেখো, when did he win prizes? সে কেবে prizes জিতিଥିଲେ? He won prizes after he passed out of his second standard. ঠিক আছে, his second standard. 7 নম্বর, which standards did he get scholarship in? आंसर देखो, केउ स्टैंडर्ड से स्कॉलरशिप पाई। ही गॉट स्कॉलरशिप्स व्हेन ही वाज इन स्टैंडर्ड 5th and 6th. तापरे 8 नंबर कौन कही, व्हाट वर द अमाउंट्स ऑफ हिज स्कॉलरशिप्स? आंसर देखो, ₹4 and 10 वर द अमाउंट्स ऑफ स्कॉलरशिप्स गांधी obtained है ना। केते ₹4 and 10 एति पाउथिले से स्कॉलरशिप। Who did he thank more for his scholarship, himself or his good luck? कहा से कौन थैंक यू कहूला तार से निजको ना तार लक को। He thanked his good luck more for his scholarship than himself or his merit. तापर 10 नंबर, कौन कही 10 नंबर, what do you know about Gandhi as a person? Answer देखो, as a person I know that Gandhi as a student was good at studies besides being very particular about himself. तापरे पार्ट 2 कौन कही पार्ट 2 रे, what was he very much careful about? देखो आंसर, he was very much careful about his character. 12, how did he react when blamed? Answer, when being blamed he broke into tears. Or I would answer कौन होगा, any sort of blame brought tears into his eyes. तापरे 13 नंबर, what was more important for Gandhi, winning prizes or building character? Answer, building character was more important for Gandhi. 14, why did he get physical punishment? Answer देखो, he got physical punishment for some little blemish in his character. 15, कौन कही, who was the headmaster? Answer देखो, दोराबजी इदुलजी, Jimmy was the headmaster. ठीक है। तापर 16, was he popular and why? Answer, yes, he was popular because he was a disciplinarian, a man of method and a good teacher. 17, what was made compulsory for upper standard boys? Answer देखो, Gymnastics and cricket were made compulsory for upper standard boys. 18. I disliked both. What does both refer to? Answer देखो, I dislike both. Here both refers to gymnastic and cricket. 19. कौन कौन सी 19 देखो. What was the reason for Gandhi's dislike for cricket and gymnastics? Answer. The reason for Gandhi's dislikes for cricket and gymnastics was his shyness. তারপরে 20. Was the headmaster a lover of games? Answer देखो, yes, the headmaster was a lover of games. 21. What false idea did Gandhi have about games? Answer देखो, Gandhi nurtured a false idea that games had nothing to do with education. তারপর আসলে 22 নম্বর 22. What were his views on games later? Answer देखो, later he viewed that games should have much place in the curriculum as mental training. তারপর part 3 23 নম্বর देखो, what was this special reason for Gandhi's dislike for gymnastics? The special reason for Gandhi's dislike for gymnastics was to serve his father after school. ঠিক আছে. তারপরে 24. Compulsory exercise came directly in the way of this service. What was the service? Answer. Compulsory exercise came directly in the way of the service. The service was to serve his father. তারপরে 25 নম্বর. Did the headmaster grant his request and why? Answer দেখো, no, the headmaster didn't grant his request because he didn't believe him. Okay. তারপরে 26. কোন করছি? Why did he get to school late? He got to school late because he had no watch and the cloud deceived him also. 27. Clouds deceived him. How? The clouds deceived him as the cloud had gathered across the sky. He did not guess the time and reached the school when the boys had all left. 28. Did the headmaster believe what he said? Answer the call. No, the headmaster didn't believe what he said. 29. How much was he fined? He was fined 1 or 2 annas. 30 নম্বর দেখো, বাপটা কেটে হচ্ছে 27 page. What was he accused of? Was the accusation proper? He, Gandhi, was accused for lying. No, it wasn't proper in case of Gandhi. 31. What pained him so much? The accusation that he was lying pained him so much. Part 4 देखो 32. What lesson did he learn from it? From it he learned that a man of truth must be a man of care. 33. कौन होच रे? Was he careless in school later? Answer. No, he wasn't careless in school later. 34. Did he really have to pay the fine? Answer. No, he did not have to pay the fine really. 35. How was the fine exempted in the end? Answer. The fine was exempted in the end as Gandhi's father wrote himself to the headmaster urging his service for him after school. Part 5. Part 5. 36. What was the other neglect Gandhi talked about? The other neglect Gandhi talked about was his bad handwriting. 37. What was his earlier notion on handwriting? Answer. His earlier notion on handwriting was that it wasn't a necessary part of education. 38. When and where did he realize that his notions were wrong? What made him think so? Until he went to England and later in South Africa, he realized that His notions were wrong. The observations of good handwriting of the lawyers and the young men in South Africa made him think so. 39. What were his views on handwriting? Answer. He viewed that good handwriting was a necessary part of education and bad handwriting should be regarded as a sign of an imperfect education. তারপরে 40. What was his advice to young men and women in this regard? Answer. His advice to young men and women in this regard was to learn handwriting only after they have learned to draw objects by observation. তারপরে 6. পার্ট 6 ହେଲା କ'ଣ କହିଛି ଦେଖ 41 number. Why did Gandhi consider Sanskrit harder than geometry? Answer देखो. Gandhi considered Sanskrit harder than geometry as there was nothing to memorize in geometry, whereas in Sanskrit everything had to be learned by heart. ঠিক আছে. Which class 42 ହେଲା. Which class was Sanskrit introduced in? Sanskrit was introduced in the 4th standard. 43. What did Gandhi say about the Sanskrit and Persian teachers? As Gandhi said, the Sanskrit teacher was a hard taskmaster, but the Persian teacher was lenient. ঠিক আছে. তারপরে 44. Were they on good terms? No, they went on good terms. The sentence supporting the answer is there was a sort of rivalry going on between the Sanskrit and the Persian teachers. 45. What tempted him to sit in the Persian class? Answer the easiness of the Persian subject tempted him to sit in the Persian class. 46. How did the Sanskrit teacher feel about it? Answer देखो. When the Sanskrit teacher saw Gandhi sit in the Persian class, he was grieved. 47. Why did he think it necessary for Gandhi to study Sanskrit? The Sanskrit teacher thought it necessary for Gandhi to study Sanskrit because he was the son of a Vaishnava father. Besides, Sanskrit was the language of his own religion. Part 7. Part 7 last नहीं की. Last तो नो हो देखो बोले. Did he come back to Sanskrit class and why? Yes, he came back to Sanskrit class because he couldn't disregard his teacher's affection. What put him to shame hala. The Sanskrit teacher's kindness put him to shame. 50. Who was his Sanskrit teacher? Krishna Shankar Pandya was the Sanskrit teacher. 51. How did the study of Sanskrit help him later? Answer देखो. The study of Sanskrit helped him acquire the little knowledge of the language and fostered his interest in sacred books. ठीक है. 52. What feelings did Gandhi have for his teacher? Answer देखो. Gandhi had the feelings of regards and love for his teachers. তারপরে F. Let's sum up. ଦେଖ ଏଗୁଡ଼ା ପଢ଼ିନିଅ ତମମାନେ ହେଲା. ଏତେ ପଢ଼ି ହେଉନି ରେ ତଣ୍ଟି କାଟୁଛି. ଏଗୁଡ଼ା ତମେ ପଢ଼ିନିଅ. ଆନ୍ସର୍ ଦେଖ ଆଟ୍ ଦ ହାଇ ସ୍କୁଲ କ'ଣ ପାରା 1ରେ କ'ଣ କହିଛି? ରିୱାର୍ଡ଼. ପାରା 2 ପନିଶମେଣ୍ଟ. ଗେମ୍ସ ହେଡ଼ମାଷ୍ଟର. ପାରା 3 ହେଡ଼ମାଷ୍ଟର. carelessness remission of fines. तापर हैंडराइटिंग विषय तापर सब्जेक्ट टीचर स्टडीज है ये गोटे हेडमास्टर करे ये हेडमास्टर होनी थी लेट्स एनरिच आवर वोकाबुलरी लाइट भी तुम्हें पढ़ी नियो ये देखो रूट वर्ड कोटा आ प्रीफिक्स कोटा देखो abnormal ab plus normal disappear dis plus appear impossible im যুক্ত possible misunderstand miss plus understand demerit demerit illegible illegible intransitive intransitive unlucky unlucky ହେଲା ତାପରେ B देखो क्वेश्चन देखो आंसर देखो remote tribal areas among hills and forests are not still reachable remote tribal areas among hills and forests are still unreachable है ना not still reachable नुह एटा still unreachable बुझलो सेमती not interested uninterested not polite not talk in a polite manner talked in a impolite manner ठीक है many people are not happy unhappy not make us active makes us inactive ठीक है not limited unlimited ठीक है not managing mismanaging not motivating demotivating ठीक है they did not behave they misbehaved okay misbehaved the soul is not mortal is immortal তারপরে এটা কোন কইছে earlier past the boys had all left recent past I reached the school देखो क्वेश्चन आंसर देखो all guests had arrived যেমন এটা মানে एग्जांपल before the party started ହେଲା তো আমরা কোন লিখবা sit to কোন sat lunch after our mother had fried when Mahatma Gandhi passed away India had achieved okay achieved had achieved next কোন কইছি leave কোন হবো had left reach র reached post posted write had written তারপরে die সরি পোস্ট আছে আর কইলি তারপর die র কোন হবো had died ঠিক আছে আও come the came block had blocked show showed be give had been given ঠিক আছে start started তারপরে এগুলো পড়ে নিও তুমি তো পড়িও লিখলে হ্যাঁ आंसर देखिए एठी কইছি দেখো they did not start early they missed their train if they had started early they would not have missed their train ঠিক আছে সেমতি আমরা বনাইবা দেখো he did not fall into the river he was not drowned if he had fallen into the river he would have been drowned তারপরে the sun was in the right direction the photographs make out very well কোন হবে দেখো if the sun hadn't been in the right direction the photographs wouldn't have come out very well next I saw you I invited you to my party if I hadn't seen you I wouldn't have invited you to my party Lilima won a lottery she brought a good house if Lilima hadn't won a lottery she wouldn't have brought a good house. তারপরে কোন? The mangoes were not ripe. They did not sell at a good price. If the mangoes had been ripe, they would have sold at good price. Next, Shubhra did not spend much. She had a lot of bank balance. If Shubhra had spent much, she wouldn't have had a lot of bank balance. Next, the farmer worked hard. He reaped a rich harvest. If the farmer hadn't worked hard, he wouldn't have reaped his harvest. B. Put the verbs in the brackets in their correct form. Correct form रे लिखिबा कोगुडा को जेमिति win तो कोन हो would have won हबो हैला आ कोन अछि not get कोन hadn't got आ कोन अछि देखो not fight कोन हबो hadn't fought rain had rained तापर कोन अछि not be हैला not be wouldn't have been zero been तापर take had taken not break wouldn't have broken 3 number fill in the blanks हैला देखि दियो फर्स्ट कोन हबो of तापर with among from to in of हैला तापर जे let's write एगुडो लिखिबा Gandhi was a student. First लिखिबा देखो Gandhi was an average student in his high school. He had high regards for his teachers. He loved geometry more than Sanskrit. Once he was fined for having not attended gymnastics class, but at his father's request, he got the fine remitted. He being fined pained him. Gandhi's headmaster. तुम ठीक लिखी नहीं पिला मैंने मार्क कर दीजिए लिखो ओके तापर पॉज करके लिखने वाला गांधी संस्कृत एंड पर्शियन टीचर्स कौन लिखिबे तांको विषय रे एठी अछि ओके Gandhi's attitude towards sports and handwriting ठीक अछि एठी लिखिबो हां पॉज करियो लिखिबो तापर 3 number write a letter in about 100 words to your pen pal telling him her about Gandhi as a person. Pen pal कौन है ना प्रिंसिपल देखिए नंबर टिकला लिखिए पॉज करिवो लिखिबो एमती एड्रेस लिखिबो ना एड्रेस न लिखिले लेटर जीवनी बुझलो ठीक अछि तो एटा हो आज लास्ट क्वेश्चन वीडियोटी जदि भल लगुच हेल्पफुल हो सांग मान सहित निश्चय शेयर करबे एवं चैनल टी को सब्सक्राइब करबे थैंक यू सो मच।